The damages caused by an earthquake do not get covered easily. Whenever an uncertain amount of energy is released from the lithosphere, the Earth begins to tremble. The abundance of earthquakes on our planet is mainly because of the massive spaces between the tectonic disks. Many lives, buildings, and homes get destroyed depending on the strength of the earthquake. Most of our generation has no idea about how much destruction an earthquake can cause. That is why awareness related to earthquakes should be spread everywhere. A lot of terror-filled earthquakes occurred on our Earth, and the deadliest of them are listed in this video. 10. Assam, Tibet. Magnitude 8.6. Deaths 780. Date 1950. In 1950, a massive 8.6 magnitude earthquake hit the Assam, Tibet region, killing at least 780 people, injuring thousands, and destroying many buildings. Consequently, cracks developed in the ground and large landslides occurred. And also a village slid into a river and was washed away. Severe damage was also experienced in Assam, India and the vicinity. The quake struck at the intersection of the most vigorous collision of continental plates on the planet, where the Indian continental plate smashes into the Eurasian plate and dives beneath it. Therefore, slow-motion crash helped create the massive Himalayas. 9. Northern Sumatra, Indonesia. Magnitude 8.6. Deaths 1,300. Date March 28, 2005. Sumatra earthquake was a major earthquake on March 28, 2005, located off the west coast of northern Sumatra, Indonesia. Approximately 1,300 people were killed by the earthquake, mostly on the island of Nias. The earthquake occurred at 16:09 and 36 seconds Universal Time Coordinated, on March 28, 2005. It was lasted for about 2 minutes in total. The quake ruptured below the surface of the Indian Ocean, where the Indo-Australian plate is pushing under the Eurasian plate at the Sunda Trench, similar to the 2004 quake. 8. Rat Islands, Alaska. Magnitude 8.7. Date February 4, 1965. Alaska had been a state for only 7 years when this huge earthquake triggered a tsunami of over 30 feet, 10 meters. Despite its size, the quake caused little damage due to its remote location at the tip of the Aleutian Islands. The 1965 Rat Islands earthquake occurred at 5:01 Universal Time Coordinated, on February 4. It had a magnitude of 8.7 and triggered a tsunami of over 10 meters on Shemya Island, but caused very little damage. Flooding from the tsunami caused $10,000 worth of damage on Amchitka Island. Minor damage from the earthquake was recorded on both Attu and Shemya Islands in the form of cracks in runways. 7. Ecuador-Colombia earthquake. Magnitude 8.8. Deaths 1,500. Date January 31, 1906. The 1906 Ecuador-Colombia earthquake occurred at 15:36 Universal Time Coordinated on January 31, off the coast of Ecuador, near Esmeraldas. The earthquake had a magnitude of 8.8 and triggered a destructive tsunami that caused at least 500 casualties on the coast of Colombia. A catastrophic magnitude 8.8 earthquake ruptured off the coast of Ecuador and Colombia. It generated a strong tsunami that killed 500 to 1,500 people. The tsunami spread along the coast of Central America, and even stretched to San Francisco and Japan. The earthquake occurred along the boundary between the Nazca Plate and the South American Plate. The earthquake is likely to be a result of thrust faulting, caused by the subduction of the Nazca Plate beneath the South American Plate. The coastal parts of Ecuador and Colombia have a history of great megathrust earthquakes originating from this plate boundary. 6. Offshore Mall, Chile. Magnitude 8.8. Deaths 525. Date February 27, 2010. The 2010 Chile earthquake occurred off the coast of central Chile on Saturday, February 27, 2010, at 3:34 local time, 6:34 Universal Time Coordinated. Having a magnitude of 8.8, but with intense shaking lasting for about 3 minutes. It ranks as the 6th largest earthquake ever to be recorded by a seismograph. And, It was felt strongly in 6 Chilean regions. The earthquake triggered a tsunami which devastated several coastal towns in south-central Chile, and also damaged the port at Talcahuano. It causes casualties, 525 killed, 25 missing. 5. Kamchatka earthquakes, Russia. Magnitude 9. Date November 4, 1952. The world's first recorded magnitude of 9 earthquake struck off the east coast of Kamchatka in 1952. The quake generated a 43-foot tsunami, 13-meter, locally. The main earthquake struck at 16:58 Greenwich Mean Time on November 4, 1952. Initially assigned a magnitude of 8.2, the quake was revised to 9.0 magnitude and a period of about 17 minutes, in later years. As a result, a large tsunami occurred, causing huge destruction and loss of life around the Kamchatka Peninsula and the Kuril Islands. Hawaii also struck, with estimated damages of up to $1 million and livestock losses. But no human casualties were recorded. 4. Tohoku earthquake and tsunami, Japan. Magnitude 9.0. Deaths 15,870. Date March 11, 2011. Great East Japan earthquake was a magnitude of 9.03, undersea megathrust earthquake off the coast of Japan. It occurred at 14:46 Japan Standard Time, 5:46 Universal Time Coordinated, on Friday, March 11, 2011. With the epicenter approximately 70 kilometers or 43 miles east of the Oshika Peninsula of Tohoku and the hypocenter at an underwater depth of approximately 32 kilometers or 20 miles. Regarded as the most powerful known earthquake ever to have hit Japan, and one of the 5 most powerful earthquakes in the world since modern record. This quake killed an estimated 15,870 people and damaged some nuclear reactors. As a result, the largest ever recorded and strongest earthquakes in Japan. This quake caused 15,870 deaths, 6,114 injured, and 2,814 people missing across 20 prefectures, as well as 129,225 buildings totally collapsed, with a further 254,204 buildings half collapsed, and another 691,766 buildings partially damaged. 3. Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami. Magnitude 9.1. Deaths 227,898. Date December 26, 2004. The 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake was an undersea megathrust earthquake that occurred at 0:58 and 53 seconds Universal Time Coordinated on Sunday, December 26, 2004, with an epicenter off the west coast of Sumatra, Indonesia. The earthquake was caused by subduction and triggered a series of devastating tsunamis along the coasts of most landmasses bordering the Indian Ocean, killing over 230,000 people in 14 countries, and inundating coastal communities with waves up to 30 meters or 98 feet high. It was one of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history. Indonesia was the hardest hit country, followed by Sri Lanka, India, and Thailand. The tsunami caused more casualties than any other in recorded history, although some estimates say the death toll from the 2010 Haiti earthquake was larger. The tsunami was recorded nearly worldwide on tide gauges in the Indian, Pacific, and Atlantic Oceans. Therefore, it's one of the strongest earthquakes in history. 2. Great Alaskan earthquake. Magnitude 9.2. Deaths 141. Date March 27, 1964. The 1964 Alaskan earthquake was a megathrust earthquake that began at 5:36 p.m. AST on Good Friday, March 27, 1964. Across south-central Alaska, ground fissures, collapsing structures, and tsunamis resulting from the earthquake caused about 143 deaths. It was the most powerful recorded earthquake in U.S. and North American history. In addition, the second most powerful ever measured by seismograph. It had a magnitude of 9.2, at the time making it the second largest earthquake in recorded history. The shaking lasted about 4 minutes. Landslides in Anchorage caused heavy damage. Huge slides occurred in the downtown business section, and water mains and gas, sewer, telephone, and electrical systems were disrupted throughout the area. 1. Valdivia earthquake, southern Chile. Magnitude 9.5. Deaths 1,655. Date May 22, 1960. The 1960 Valdivia earthquake or Great Chilean Earthquake occurred on Sunday, May 22, 1960. It is to date the most powerful earthquake ever recorded in Earth's history, rating 9.5 on the moment magnitude scale. It occurred in the afternoon. Therefore, its resulting tsunami affected southern Chile, Hawaii, Japan, the Philippines, eastern New Zealand, southeast Australia, and the Aleutian Islands in Alaska. Approximately 1,655 killed, 3,000 injured, 2 million homeless. As a result, $550 million damage in southern Chile. Secondly, tsunami caused 61 deaths, $75 million damage in Hawaii. Further 138 deaths and $50 million damage in Japan. Also, 32 dead and missing in the Philippines. In addition, $500,000 damage to the west coast of the United States. In short, it's top of the strongest earthquakes ever on Earth.